Previously on Unpacked.
My uncle was very active with the crime. So 15, 16, now one recruiter, jalo.
So how were you eventually caught?
So Varsala Komara. There's a roadblock.
Soli Mankga served time in prison for armed robbery. He has turned his life around since then. This is part 2 of the conversation. Let's unpack.
So were they actually following you?
No, they were
or it
not.
was just a coincidence?
No, they started because Haruta statement got caught. Because remember, you can only get information go court.
Yes.
Or a worried suspect.
Yes.
So they had a description from the victims. Remember, police what they do with victiming. You describe So the picture was every young black sportswear, shaved head. But somebody throw a something is not right. So I'll fit that picture, that description. I find the victim, and I got the story as a court. So now there's a roadblock.
So they pulled you guys over?
Yeah, but remember, over, hey, those guys were very smart, not like now. So by the Harfitla Mole, Alema, about to go alone. But we are going to driver hard. Driver passenger hard. So this guy is about some going, but said to
Yes.
City. So more below I'm not has Chinyasele Kamutasa City.
Yeah.
Then Robala Mofat and then Batla was such a coloi. But it's a credit tunia fella, and then Abashaba coloi, fresh hijacking. Could be less highly report you. Because remember, sometimes I check out around 3, I report the coloi 6. Then the bike system, you look 7.
Yeah.
So have I beat some money, but as hijack away, but as highly report you, system or it's a hijacked car. You know, so obviously, remember the case ever armed robbery. Because armed robbery, people think armed robbery is well sort of tunya long kachelet or what. The fact that Kolieli hijackil is an armed robbery because Linkila got it you robbed someone, one got it. So if it was Kolieli one is 92 and it was a possession of a stolen car.
Yes.
So there's a difference between a possession of a stolen car and a possession of a hijacked car.
Sure.
So if Bagotsaka Koloi, I beat someone but story sound as hijack you. Then you a possession of a hijacked car.
Oh, okay.
And then if Bagotsaka ever possession of a stolen car.
So if you were alone, it would have been possession of a hijacked car. But because the guys were there that had the guns with them.
Yeah.
Because they wanted to go see what's happening in Kachelet.
Yeah.
So now, that day, were you arrested there and then?
We were arrested there and there. And it's a case of strong. This car is hijacked in Alditunia, and the victim, how will a case? We say she was hijacked by 3. Ne, Runari 4. Now it's a case. It means hararly 4, but they never letting more. So which is but charge a licensed firearms, possession of a hijacked car, and on top of that, they're still gonna take those guns to a ballistic test
to check
if it was fired. I didn't know what. No, to check the previous crimes that it.
Oh, okay.
Or I didn't know made, I didn't know or think it's because remember, unlicensed firearm, it simply means we can get somebody on a license or we can get some police. So but there's an investigation, and get a fingerprint. So there's a case again. Oh, understand? And now there's a car, there's a possession again of a hijacked car.
Yes.
So case it was very serious. And because of our very around Beshley area, now they had to look for all the victims. It's a car hijack. But it's into an identity parade.
Yes.
So everyone who hijack for the last 6 months
came. And how many people identified you guys as guys?
Nazambang identified.
Oh, okay,
I think one of us, but identified. But the thing, you're not sure. Sometimes, because once this thing is not accurate, because remember, how about hijack? You don't have time to check a motor,
But also, when you're the driver, they don't really see you.
Yeah, the driver, they don't only see me. And then we were charged with, so the whole case, it was armed robbery. They classified as armed robbery. Because remember at that time, Schedule 6, if you still remember.
Yes.
So there was a Schedule 3, 4, 5, 6. So Schedule 6
is the highest.
Is the highest, it's armed robbery. Which minimum sentence is 15. Minimum.
Sure.
It's 15 years. So you knew how to remove 15 years or 20 weeks.
Yeah.
And if you court about case alone, Ronald Fitla is a case alone, 15 years. From 27 years, expecting you are good in. They tell you of your court first appearance or case 27 years you are good in.
Sure.
You then say, no, I'm not guilty. Because you feel like, no, I have to fight this thing. You probably the investigation officer, bribe, all those things.
When did your uncle find out you guys were caught? Because he's usually the one who solves for you.
Yeah. No, he did find out I was caught. Because remember, of Fitla police station, what they do, for the phone to call your family and whatsoever. And that case, it was the first time I case my uncle as I was really interested.
Why?
I don't know.
Do you think it's because the other times you were caught alone in a stolen vehicle?
I think.
And this time it's because it was a heavier crime?
No, yeah, two things. I think number one, because of now, this time, KCA, back when you came back. So probably he never had a connection. Because the corruption, the police stations are Butak. You know, it was more to one ban was one from Martin. Investigation officer and what's why Nagotel Maho and one of the victim. So they will make sure these boys behind bars at all cost, you know. So I think that's not connection. And number two, I think also the case. You know, case it was just heavy.
So now, when did the sentencing happen and how long did you wait for trial?
So I was awaiting trial for 2 years and 8 months. Awaiting trial.
Why so long?
You know, not about 4 years, 5 years awaiting trial. You know why? Because after court, you then say not guilty, right? So Mankga case to what we call small claims court. To go and apply for bail. So when you apply for bail, listen to one day, you go there today or apply for bail, offer remand, or it after 3 months or 2 months. However, more about the police investigation office area, you guys don't deserve a case because of the nature of the crime. Sometimes it's because of some reasons, my police have reasons, or no, I deserve a bail. I'm still on investigation. And now lawyer how because about the child they can be our name. Lentoles ngayenza our case I'm happy. You're about to move from this court, but it's a court aim. So those things get delayed because we won. Understand what we won. And let us go to the case how I saw the case how you won. Get the case thing.
And now the three of you locked up together?
Yeah. 4, not the 3.
So they found the 4th guy because you guys were 3. They said that they were 3 in the car. But you were actually 4 at the time.
No, at the scene of crime, when they were hijacking this car.
There were 3 of you in the car.
There were 3.
Yes.
But the bar was nearly 4 because I was not there.
Yes, okay, I understand now. I understand.
Yeah.
So now you guys are locked up together. Yeah. What is the conversation that you're having?
It's tough. You know why? Because now I'm not driver koloi. It's into each because I'm driver koloi. Can I more explanation of koloi? It's a guy who drive.
Yes.
Now they then make me to be accused number 1.
Why?
So, but about 4 or 3, there's accused number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. So number 1, next case.
Oh.
Because remember, the main subject is and then get driver.
Yeah.
So I should know so one gets I choose number 1. The rest of I choose number 2, number 3, number 4.
Yeah.
So now we are arguing. So guys were saying to me, no, but solely, when what to drive? Rona to prove so twanzo udimele case. Plead guilty on the possession of a hijacked car.
And then Rona, we just plead on our guns.
And I was like, no, but if I plead guilty, criminal case but no, so we start to argue there.
Because when now you actually want to say, guys, I was just the driver.
Yeah, but Marasoli also like no. So argue that. And when it's early for Obaliji Timiana, so Balisevar now Muntospuza, and you must understand it's like, you know,
yeah.
So until I get bar separate, bankisa to other section. It's because of one day we ate this chicken, right? It's just I don't remember what happened, but always a jago fair. So I don't remember what mango jila manga aj. So
and this is like a different kind of, it's not prison, it's a different kind of a waiting trial.
Remember awaiting trial, I want to go police station.
Oh, okay.
We go police station for 7 days.
Yes.
After Baromela to Modabi in a waiting trial.
Yes.
And also they have sentenced prisoners, center.
Yes.
And Lagos San City, there's a waiting trial, there's a section awaiting trial.
Yes.
There's a section where they've been convicted already.
Yes.
So Barisa Komodabi for trial.
Yes.
So it's a section. There's a lot of us there.
And is this now juvie or you at adult side now?
No, that time Saloko juvenile. I mean,
okay.
So I'm with these guys, right? So Rjago fell. Every day Rjago fell. If family you at least steady Rjago fell. So now I ate this chicken. And this chicken in all poison, So I nearly died. So I don't remember what happened, and I went to hospital, but one clean poison, and now they realize or something is because and now they push me to case. So I was like, no, it's fine. Then I went shift one kisa section in, but still I went and try. So Kopana fell area court.
Yeah.
We're not talking to each other, but Kopana fell area court.
Are they the ones who tried to poison you?
Because no, poison is from the chicken that I ate.
Yeah.
So obviously, because they knew her, if Babla and Nakiva accused number one, so they will then say, but
yes,
because one they were willing to take responsibility for their guns because they knew
not for the car.
They knew for the guns. Possession of a licensed firearm back then used to be 4 years.
Yeah.
Especially in that case, highly clean is 4 years. Yeah. Sometimes grass suspension. You know. So it was sometimes we grant correctional supervision. So they will say go in 2 years inside, 2 years going.
Yeah.
In that 2 years inside, you can serve 12 months, then you can go out.
Yes.
So Bona, according to them, it was like if we can get rid of him,
then okay, I understand.
Yeah.
So now you finally get sentenced. How many years did you get?
15.
15 years.
But one about 27 years.
Because the guns were theirs.
The guns were, 27 years. Plus, but so like a case study. You must understand.
Linked to the guns?
No, linked to other hijacking and fingerprints.
Okay. Yeah.
When an investigation officer, one profile alone, is going to do further investigation about each and every one of you guys. Or not fingerprint. And remember, Kulia hijacking or not a scene of crime, fingerprint. By the way, the day out the fingerprint is like, man. The fingerprints are how go earring eso, cut it eso. So what's like a case stage one? 27 years. Then now I'm for 15 years.
What was the final 15 years for? Was it for hijacking or possession?
It was for possession.
So, and
for a hijacked car.
Did you confess the truth?
Yeah, no, I had to. I had to because, in fact, there's one thing, maybe it's already plea again. So once you say, I plead guilty, Mara, on the basis that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sometimes, okay, at least, but now I had to stick to issue. No, now I drove the car because I can drive.
Yes.
And then we're okay, 15 years.
What was prison like?
So I can never go Modabi because there is a Sun City.
Yeah.
So life was Sun City, no and there's overcrowding, and then the transfer. The transfer to other prisons. You are willing to do so. And so I was the first one to think about that transfer. I can't be with this guy.
Because you're worried about your life.
Yeah. Then fortunately I got transfer and lock-up maximum. So lock-up maximum prison, it's all about from 15 years. Sometimes from 12 years we are good but let's say as a maximum sentence.
Yeah.
So I feel like lock up. Grab 4 life in 90 years, 670 years, 55 years. So why is the 12 years and 15 years? Refuse because it's a local maximum prison,
And did you feel safer then?
No, I didn't because I feel like only section about observation section. So after a few days, So there was a pastor from one of the churches. So this pastor, you know, Honali prison ministry. So he came to that prison, Koloko. So Baragorona, guys, you can go to go chaplain. So I went with, I think we were 12. So I just went because I didn't anything into Sankhofili or one. But now for now, it was easy to adapt to that prison because, to the prison lifestyle, because already I was awaiting trial for 2 years and 8 months. And I experienced gangsterism awaiting trial. Because remember, the guys that are released are from the sentence, you know, section.
Yeah.
They re-offend. And when they re-offend, some of them, they were into gangs. They were into 26, 27, REF4, all these gangs. So about like waiting trial, but for the re-offend, they still want to perpetuate gangsterism.
Yes.
Go waiting trial. So I knew about, okay, there's 26, 27, this is how they operate, and this is how to avoid, you know, to be abused. So that experience I got waiting trial.
It prepared you.
It prepared me. So I feel like go the sentenced prisoners. Now I went to this meeting with this pastor. So we had a conversation after the whole session. So the thing was, he would just, you know, open a scripture and pray for us. And he said, how's your parents? What? Then he said to me, no, I suggest that you need to go to school section. So there are 4 sections there, right? There's the A section, it's a school section. Then you have a B section, it's the observation section, but then you have C section. C section, nix. Those guys, you know, they just focus on tattoos, or ludo, and gangsterism. It's very much active, like active. So you don't want to see yourself go C section. And then there's a D section. Those guys have technical skills, and what. But there's few there, you know. So the pastor then, I would say one of the prison officials, take this boy to A section, please.
So you can go and get your life together.
Yeah, according to the pastor. So I'm like, A section, because we had this perception of A section.
It's the better one.
It's the better one. There's less gangsterism. But A section, there are rules as well. So if I was a grade 10 or 8 level 4, whatever, I'll fail. But we go C section. So because they feel like we added number
yes.
Okay. So A section was a safe haven, you know, in a way. So I went to A section.
And did you eventually finish school?
Yeah. So after A section, then I got from grade 10, which is standard 8, and they came dropping out. So grade 10. So pass grade 10 is not a national certificate, you must understand. You get a certificate from correctional services to say, okay, no, we passed from grade 10 to grade 11. But it was not easy because there are guys from Kwentle. They knew my lifestyle. But now I was like, I'm done, got these things. I understand.
Was you being arrested the sign to say you are done with crime?
Yeah, because...
Or were you like, when I get back, I am just going to be more careful?
No, it was difficult to think of such. Remember on sentence. You know, I remember 2010. Which means that will be after 6 years or so. So now, it's a short failure, however sharp, so to speed. That is why most it's very difficult to tell if somebody will change the by change or rehabilitation. Is it by you? You know why? Because it's easy to pretend. There are no women, there's no alcohol, there are no nightclubs.
There's no temptations.
It's easy, there's no temptation. So it's easy to be like this good boy and say no.
Yes.
Until you convince the department or no. I think it is a parole. I mean, you know, and no, you haven't changed at all.
Do you know how scary it is for people to hear that? But we know that's a conversation for another day. But for you, do you think prison time rehabilitated you? Yeah,
because now I got grade 10, 11, 12. Now, I put up past grade 12. That's where I saw the light, because now we officials from NEFSAS. But it was like, guys, if you pass the matric and you wrote 5 subjects, you know, or the passer, those 5 subjects, I want 2, and then the next year I want 3. I want to combine it, I'm 5 or 6 subjects. But on your matric, sonto sheba mo if you feel admission a certificate, diploma or a degree. So if you're a diploma and degree, you can try your luck and apply for the loan because nafsa you for loan, right?
How are you paying back a loan if you're in prison?
No, but they do that. Part for the loan.
Oh.
Yeah, but if you are doing whatever converted by it's a bazaar.
Oh, okay, I understand.
Yeah,
I understand.
Loan.
I understand.
And then I qualified because I had English and Northern South, which is Sepedi, and other 5 subjects. So I had 7 subjects. So I qualified. And I was like, okay, get qualified. And then about okay, sharp. So what you need to do before, you must register the only university correspondent on UNISA.
Yeah.
You know, you can only correspond to UNISA, you know, because I think Nefita system you know. And then I went, then I enrolled for BA in Philosophy of Politics and Economics.
And then Wapasa, and you were now educated.
Yeah, but now it was a challenge because remember, even from my grade 10, just to highlight the challenges, go grade 10, and at that time, because 2 years in my sentence, my father passed on. Even though I just said, Papa, what look fit?
Yeah.
Mama kam latela foot. And my grandma achieved a Limpopo now.
Yes.
My uncle didn't have support. So I'm on my own. So from grade 10, I used to what's about lifestyle along the notes. Because I didn't have anyone and I'm like, hey, get me economics textbook, get me, you know, whatever this textbook. So when I read textbook, I used to write the notes. That was a struggle. You can imagine how that textbook economics word by word, because I'm not sure you could exam you know. So it was a struggle for me, you know. So like, but I felt like no, this thing it will keep me going anyway. This is the only thing that I have. Let me try this thing. Probably it could change my life. I could say but also to keep me away from those guys go with TSection, you know, 26, 25, you know, big 5, ref 4, ref 3, you know. So, I could pass once get for the UNISA fellow accept, ne? Nafsa sign fund. Now, allocate a single cell. Remember, there's a communal cell, the only 50 or 60 go silly. But NASA correspondently UNISA. So, the department will then say, oh, what is single cell? So, single cell is like only one. Get better how, get toilet, get local how, get a flan, we want. But the challenge was, how share the modules that qualification, 32 module. But now the requirements, I need to have a PC.
So you eventually did get your qualification, considering all the challenges that you faced?
Yes, I did get my qualification. Also, Katwale Pazare was a diploma in HR. It was a 3 years national diploma. And then I got the practical stuff because it was easier HR with the practicals as compared with other qualifications, you know, because they get the police, you could train the facilitator, I was a facilitator as well, you know.
How did you get early release?
I served half of my sentence. And then I'm considered for parole.
And your file was good at that point?
My file was good, yeah. But just for 2 seconds, because I think this is very important to especially young people out there. So I found myself in a single cell, who I compete as a requirement because I need to watch DVDs, the economics, all the subjects. So as I was sitting there, like I don't have anyone who would buy me that compete. So I saw the products, like there was Handy and other products there. And then there's a voice that said to me, take one of the products and otene, you know the product, when you turn the product, utokara consumer care line or customer, you know, that's where they get the reaction of those who consume the product. And that voice said to me, take those numbers, go buy a prison order, and then low phone all these numbers, get the emails, and then only request their horror. Can they sponsor your computer now? Because now university, you accepted and you are in prison. And I did that, you know.
And they sponsored you?
I got a lot of computers, but the department said, no, you can only take one.
Yes.
So that's how I got my computer. Okay. You know? So I thought that is very important. More life, just
that's very, very smart of you. That's very smart.
Yeah. So eventually I completed my qualifications.
So you got your early release, and did you come out of prison thinking that your life has changed?
I did, because you know why? The education changed the whole thing, how I used to say things, you know. So I started to understand things and also to believe in myself. I've got a degree, but I need a diploma. And keep his honors. So there's no way I can say effort more life. So I deserve better, you know. So I didn't see myself as a I didn't see myself as an ex-offender or ex-inmate, whatever. I saw myself as somebody who's well educated.
What would you say is the lowest moment that you had in your prison experience?
Is to lose both of my parents. And also, they never had to experience my graduation ceremony, because they had to take us from local Mankga prison to UNISA to get our qualifications. And never see you.
No one was there.
My grandma was there, but I never see you. So it would be nice for them, to witness, clinical stage and getting my degree,
Did they allow you to go to the burial?
No, they didn't.
You couldn't go see
I couldn't because of my sentence. So they only allow you if you are doing, maybe if you are sentenced to 2 years or 3 years, then they check a lot of things. What is your crime and so forth,
Yeah. Just in terms of South Africans in general, I mean, what would you say has really changed with the armed robbery scene from your observation since the time that you were doing it many years ago?
I think now everyone is a target now. Whether you, doesn't matter the race.
Yeah.
Everyone is a target now. But Rona back then, as I've said before, and I feel like now, you see, somebody who specializes in VW, who looks at the VW, or PM looks at the PM. The question is, but who the license now, and who gave them the authority or the go-ahead to say, when I'm from to do specialized VW? Because I feel like these are the guys who are crime because the parts of the color, but specialized in VW. Why want to specialize in VW or not looks at VW, not specialize in Mercedes Benz? So I feel like, like those kind of things, and now I think it's on the Zangore, the Kokasi, no, local locationing. And I feel like those kind of structures, that's our crime, crime level high.
Don't you also think that hijackings have become more violent?
Yeah, I think so. It's just that, to be honest, even on social media, I tell a crime I don't subscribe to the channels to crime, because I've got better things to do. There are things to get online now, because I make sure whatever I get online, it adds to what I'm doing currently, and also because I travel a lot as well, so I don't have much time to focus on crime or, so I don't.
So what do you think, if you're advising people to avoid finding themselves in those situations? Maybe there's things that we do that you would say this makes you more vulnerable.
It's a difficult one, but and it's a very good question. But na advise I feel like the car dealership, I think they need to have that list. Like for example, if you rate a Golf 7, they must tell you, hey, Golf 7, but
no, it's high on the list.
And then if you this kind of a car, like I remember the Fortuna 2015, model 2014-15, most of the parts that's on, nearly the parts that's the Quantum. And if you check the Quantum, they go into the taxi industry and and not all of them, they're insured. So which means now the Quantum, if it's a Fortuna, or risking because remember, Fortuna is a feeder at Quantum in terms of the parts. So I think those things, they need to be explained.
Yes,
to people. So you must know what the Kenya guy.
Yes. I think you've alerted me to the fact about being followed and the car coming in front of you. Now I always say once they've overtaken me, you're fine, but now it's actually you're not okay. So I'm going to definitely keep that in mind.
So it's very difficult to try and avoid that. It's like an accident, so you never know. Sometimes you just have to pray and believe, guess I'll safe.
Yeah. Where are you today?
Today I run a foundation called Second Try Foundation. So basically that foundation gives the motivation to go to the because I feel like I have to go to prison as well. And to inspire those guys and to push them, or guys, empower yourself, very excited resources at your disposal to make sure you become a better person.
Yeah.
But also, I run an import and export company.
Yes.
So I normally travel to China and Turkey,
yes.
So that's where because of economics, I've learned, import and export is not for but special. You can all venture into that space, import and export, and import and export as well, and make money out of it, So I also have a media company which is called Mbono Media as well. I'm trying to because currently I 17 young people in that media company, And also I'm a distribution license from Mofire. So I distribute Mofire as well on the side, to tuck shops and.
So you're a busy man at the moment and your life is together and well?
I won't say it's together and well because I'm still trying to be a better person.
Yes.
You remember, business nearly challenges hard. Even though some people, they think it's fancy for me to go to China or Turkey or whatever. It's not, Sometimes I lose money, Sometimes I do get the distance wrong, invest the black wrong. But I'm happy compared to
where you used to be.
Where I used to be, So I feel like I'm happy, and that's why I also go to schools as well, because I know there's a young soul out there, there's a uncle or mamang or somebody from community where when I got a crime, it's cool. So education, it's useless or whatever. So I'm trying to say, guys, no, education is power. It's key. You need to get education. You need to get educated. Either way.
Yeah.
And also because I'm very careful when I share my story, right? Because I'm glorifying crime.
Yes.
To say, look, what degree you can go to? Because I know a lot of students are struggling on NEFSAS and whatever. But Nagel was able to get a loan from NEFSAS. So I'm very careful when I share my story to these young people.
Also remember, young people, he was caught. In the end, he was caught.
Yeah. And there's a criminal record as well. Remember, there's a criminal record which stays forever.
Yeah.
So there's a stigma, there's a rejection. So no one would want to do business with someone on the criminal background. If you have a previous conviction or an ex-offender or whatever, no one wants to do business with you. And
I thank you so much, Soli, just for being open, sharing, in such detail some of the things that you did. But for me, the best part of the story is that you were able to turn your life around, which goes to show, Jorge, there is some faith we can have in the system, not just the police in doing their jobs in convicting somebody who committed a crime, but also in the fact that somebody was able to be rehabilitated because of some of the things that are happening in our prison systems. So thank you so much for coming through to share your story and for engaging with us and for inspiring those who are watching, but also just for being an example of what you don't have to be where you come from looks like. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
#Unpacked with Relebogile. Let me know your thoughts on today's episode. Yes, crime does not pay. The way that Soli has said, as much as he came from a background of being able to romanticize and glamorize a life of crime because that is what he saw, which again speaks to the point of why we need role models in all communities. He was able to turn that life around and better his life and find himself where he is today with businesses and at a place where, yes, life isn't perfect, but he's very far from where he used to be. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a good night.
Next time on Unpacked.
But your bladder felt, so you feel pressed, your bladder feels full, but you can't go.
And then I was rushed to the hospital. The next thing, then I wake up in theater, I have a plastic bag and it's just fixed there. And I'm like, what on earth is this? How can you leave a human being to just have a plastic bag? There gotta be something. You have this thing. If we remove it, honey, you're gonna die.
Thank you so much for watching Unpacked with Relebogile Mabotja. Make sure you subscribe to my channel where you can get to watch more episodes. But more importantly, you can be part of our online community. Comment down below, share with us who you'd like to see on the show, what story you'd like us to discuss. We love engaging with you. Keep it coming and don't forget to subscribe.